As we age, it becomes increasingly important to maintain muscle mass, strength, and functional capacity, especially in the legs. Fortunately, building a solid set of legs does not require a ton of equipment or a variety of exercises. Anyone with access to dumbbells and a bench have more than enough to hit every muscle in their lower body effectively without ever touching a barbell, cable, or exercise machine. In this video, I'm going to share with you the only 3 dumbbell leg exercises you need to build bigger, stronger legs, no matter your age. These exercises will not only help you maintain strength and mobility in your lower body, but you'll achieve this all while also reducing your risk of injury and promoting longevity. But first, let's go over the anatomy of the lower body muscles and each of their functions. The 4 main muscles of the lower body from a bodybuilding and strength training perspective are the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves. The quadriceps, also known as thigh. Quads are a group of 4 muscles that make up the front of the thigh. These muscles are essential for knee extension or straightening the knees. On the opposite side are the hamstrings, a group of 3 muscles that make up the back of the thigh. These muscles are responsible for knee flexion or bending your knee back, as well as hip extension. The glutes, or gluteal muscles, are a group of 3 muscles that make up the buttocks, which is also responsible for hip extension. Lastly, the calves, made up of the larger gastrocnemius and the smaller soleus muscle, are located in the lower leg and are responsible for ankle plantar flexion, which is important for movements such as walking, running and jumping. Now that we understand what muscles we are targeting and what movements they're responsible for, let's go over the only 3 dumbbell exercises you need for bigger and stronger legs. Exercise number 1: Bulgarian split squat. One study published in the International Journal of Exercise Science regarding single versus double leg squats shows that single leg variations produce similar levels of muscle activation as traditional back squats. Not only that, but single leg variations don't require loading of the spine, placing less stress on your joints, especially in the knees, while still keeping your training intensity high. In the study, comparing the back squat and the Bulgarian split squat, they suggested that the Bulgarian split squat would be a better option for minimizing demands on the knee joint. To perform this exercise, place one foot behind you on a bench or elevated surface, and hold a dumbbell in the opposite hand. Lower your body until your front thigh is parallel to the ground, then push back up through your heel. The great thing about this movement is that by simply changing the angle of your torso, you can shift the tension from the quads to the glutes or vice versa. To emphasize the quads, simply keep your torso as upright as possible. This increases the angle of knee flexion needed to complete the movement, therefore making it quad dominant. A more forward lean, on the other hand, emphasizes the glutes more since some leverage is shifted to these muscles as they are put into a more lengthened position. In accordance with the principle of neuromechanical matching, more glute muscle fibers will be recruited compared to the quads. As alluded to earlier, by loading the split squat contralaterally, which means loading only one side of the body opposite of the working leg, you can increase the demand on your deep hip and core muscles. Strengthening these deep muscles surrounding the pelvis will yield great returns in terms of hip joint health, overall stability and injury prevention. Exercise number 2: Dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. Research has shown that Romanian deadlifts produce similar levels of muscle activation compared to other deadlift variations. Additionally, using dumbbells allows you to maintain a more natural and neutral grip, which can reduce stress on your wrists and elbows. This also allows you to have a line of pull closer to your body compared to barbell deadlifts, resulting in less stress on your lower back. To perform this exercise, stand with your feet hip width apart, holding a dumbbell in each hand. Hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back straight and your core tight until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings and glutes. If you're feeling this movement in your lower back or experience pain after training, it's likely because you're contracting your low back, hyperextending it in the process. Instead, think about contracting your glutes and hamstrings to pull yourself back up to a standing position. Similar to the Bulgarian split squat, the RDL can be modified to emphasize one muscle group over the other. For example, keeping your hips high and limiting knee bend during the exercise causes greater recruitment of the hamstrings. If you want to target more of the glutes, however, a bent leg position prevents the hamstrings from contributing effectively to force production, increasing gluteus maximus activation. To make the RDL even more effective, studies suggest that bracing your abdominals while performing hip extensions increases glute and hamstring activation. This is likely due to the greater stability that bracing the abdominals provides to the muscles working at the hip joint. And exercise number 3, single leg dumbbell calf raises. As we age, we become more susceptible to foot injuries, particularly those caused by a lack of exercise of the calf muscles, which also consequently work and strengthen the tendons in the lower leg. According to one study published in the American Family Physician, weak or tight calf muscles can cause or contribute to several foot and ankle problems, including Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis and shin splints. This is why I recommend incorporating some form of calf raise exercise into your workout routine. But not all calf raise variations are created equal. Studies have shown that having your knees bent during calf raises decreases activation of the gastrocnemius and increases activation of the soleus. This is because the gastrocnemius crosses the knee joint and bending the leg shortens the muscle and as such suffers from active insufficiency. On the other hand, numerous studies show that performing calf raises with your legs extended activates the gastrocnemius better while still providing adequate stimulus to the soleus, making it a win-win solution. Another thing to consider is that compared to other larger muscle groups, the calves are hard to activate. That said, research suggests that training at 80% of your 1 rep max not only increases strength to a greater degree than training with lighter loads, but it also increases voluntary activation and EMG amplitude, which is why I recommend doing heavy single leg calf raises on an elevated surface. Not only will this standing variation produce more growth in the larger gastrocnemius muscle while still effectively training the smaller soleus, but the heavy loads will strengthen the joint and tendons, as well as increase strength and make it easier to activate the target muscles. And there you have it, just 3 powerful dumbbell exercises that can seriously level up your leg strength and size. These moves target all the major muscle groups in your lower body, making them perfect for building mass and improving overall performance. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. It really supports the channel and lets us know what kind of content you enjoy. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more science-backed training tips and effective workout routines. Also, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, keep pushing and stay consistent.